Are all Marines heroes?
Yes.
Even the ones that kill children? Sean, go.
Yes, were they annoying children?
Okay. Hey, Sean.
Yes, Ray.
Do you feel like they don't make really funny movies anymore?
Well, it's funny you say that because whatever that Jennifer Lawrence movie that's coming out, or that's out.
It's out. It just came out.
It made the most in the past 10 years. It's the highest grossing comedy movie. It might actually ring a bell that people are ready for goofy comedy movies again and like silly irreverent ones. Because it's like sexually based. She's like trying to fuck a teenager in it.
I didn't see it, but my roommate saw it, and he said it was like an easy watch, but it wasn't like they didn't push any boundaries. They don't try to cross any lines. They don't try to do anything new. So I think it is like a very watered down version.
That's kind of a scam because from the commercial, it looks like they do push the boundaries.
Yeah.
And they used to push the boundaries. And also, what you're talking about is why Todd Phillips did the Joker and got out of doing comedies or like traditional comedies.
Is that for real?
Yeah, he said you couldn't get things made anymore because of Hollywood and kind of offending people or whatever it is. That's him saying that. Not,
Well,
you know.
and I was the reason that I bring this up is I was watching. So Netflix does come out with some comedies here and there.
They do the Adam Sandler ones, which
They do the Adam Sandler ones. And I watched one today, and I was like, "Oh, that was a fun watch."
What
but
was it?
It wasn't fucking funny.
No,
and it wasn't good. But it was just an easy watch. It was with Adam Devine and Pierce Brosnan, and it's just like a action
Outlaws.
comedy. Yes, it was,
like Playoff In-Laws, right?
Now I get it.
Is that what it was? Did you really?
Oh man! Wow.
Are you joking? Or are you really?
Now it's funny. No, man, but like it's just like
guy who
like I remember watching movies and like my stomach fucking hurt laughing.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
I know what you're gonna ask.
What?
Go for it.
Is it age?
Is it age, or is it doing this as a job?
Oh, absolutely that. But there's shows like one I just showed you a clip of before we started.
Yeah.
Where I'm on the floor laughing. Nathan, for you, I
That
think you
gets
should
me.
leave. What happens is this: what your common sense of humor doesn't really get us anymore because we kind of see where things are going and you kind of can map it out in your head. I've
Sure.
done that with. You can do that with sometimes bits you see people do, or definitely plots and lines in comedy shows and movies. So what I think a lot of comics, not all maybe, but a lot gravitate towards is like the really weird
Niche
comedies.
type of
Niche
comedy
comedies.
stuff.
Yeah, because I think you should leave, and I almost pissed my pants. I'm on the floor laughing, and Megan, my girlfriend, watched it, and she was like, I just can't get into it.
Some people don't get. You know what it is? You know what it is for comedians? Is watching things like I Think You Should Leave and Nathan For You. It's like being probably how a porn addict feels. Where like just watching two people have missionary sex isn't gonna get them off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They gotta be
seen
into some really messed up shit.
Yeah, yeah. They need to watch like an orgy with camels, and everybody has to be a different race. They all have to have giant wieners. There needs to be handcuffs.
But the thing about comedy is different than sex. I feel like with sex, maybe they're when you're in pornos, you are doing the crazy stuff a lot of the time. So maybe you go the other way. You're like, I just want to make out with my husband. Like, can we just hold hands on a beach and then like have a nice saying above us, like
a live, laugh, love above us at the top.
Above us. You know what I mean? Like it's. I think that it's so like taboo, and they're in a taboo business. Comedy isn't really. It's not a taboo business, and things that used to make me laugh 20 years ago, I think part of it's age, and I think part of it is from doing comedy.
But I even mean it like from like a drug perspective too. Do you know what I mean? Like you need something that's like you need the hard shit now to really make yourself laugh.
Yeah.
But that said, like I remember seeing Wedding Crashers in the theaters when I was like, how old was I? I was probably like 13. And I just remember I was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm laughing every like 2 minutes. And then I rewatched it fairly recently, and it's still really, really funny. It's just not like,
In all fairness, you've seen it.
Yeah.
But I gotta be honest, there's something. I think Wedding Crashers I still laugh out loud at. I still laugh out loud at Seinfeld episodes, but I'm also obsessed. And I also Dumb and Dumber. I think I watched Dumb and Dumber, and I still will laugh out loud. Like, and I think that's saying something. That means that
I'm gonna say it. The old man thing.
The generation.
They don't make it. They don't make them
like they used to. Yeah, it's it's a saying for a reason, and it only pertains to a certain group of people. But it's almost like that SNL thing we've talked about before, where supposedly the reason why you can never win the what's the best cast on SNL argument is because it's personal to every single generation. Fair. It's whatever was the SNL cast when you were 13. In your case, it's not because of your older brother, because you kind of were brought along on older comedy.
Sure.
And that happens all the time. But I mean, like, if you have no exposure to SNL prior, and that's when you're at your fart joke peak, or you're not even, you know what I'm saying, like your silly joke.
I'm still into that.
You're still into it. When you're at your what SNL would when it would be funny, that's when you're like 13. Because it's also like SNL is it's so mysterious. Like, you gotta stay up late to watch it, and you do, and it's so exciting, and it's like it becomes a thing. Or that's what it was for me when I was a kid.
It makes me sad a little bit.
Because then life becomes like this kind of harsh reality. Yeah.
Well, and also it makes me sad that there's no like I cannot think of the last movie that I went to see in the theaters that made me laugh extremely. Okay, the last written movie. I saw Jackass 4, and I laughed the whole time.
Yeah.
But outside of that, man, I'm just like, maybe The Good Boys I saw like 4 years ago. That one got me.
The Good Boys? I don't even know what that is.
It's the little kids. I think it's I would assume it's an Apatow produced movie. But it was The Good Boys. It's about like these 3 little kids. They like sell their dad's sex doll, and it's about.
Oh, I didn't even saw that.
Yeah, it's pretty. I'd recommend it. It's pretty funny. But outside of that, I mean, I think in that like 10-year period, there's like nothing really does it for me.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say that woke Hollywood has destroyed comedy?
Am I trying to create a headline? No, you know what though? I don't even think it's just that, man. It's I think it's a perfect storm of things. Is that TV shows we're in like the prestige TV era for both drama and comedy shows. We're in, an age where every Marvel movie has a comedic element to it. So like people are getting their fix.
They're getting their fix of comedy.
People are getting their fix from the fucking reels on their phone.
Yeah, it's shorter, less attention span. I will say, what was really funny was what had a lot of comedic moments is the first Guardians of the Galaxy. So it's like, when comedy is kind of like in the DNA of everything else, it's hard to come out with a dumb, fun comedy.
Standalone comedy.
Yeah.
Because there used to be like a couple every year.
Yep. Well, we
like
talked
good
about.
Shit.
I don't know if it was off the podcast or on the podcast when we talked about Pop Star Never Stop Never Stopping, which was so. I just rewatched that. I laughed hard at that.
That's one of the other ones, though. But dude, that came out 10 years ago.
I know, right? But I'm saying is like, but even then it didn't get its due, and I think it was the start of that era. Like, what is the reasoning? It's not Andy Samberg. It's not those guys. Those guys were popular 10 years ago, really popular. So
10 years ago.
Wow, can you believe it? You were a young
23-year-old
lad just.
Did you? Are you
in
like
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, making sandwiches and?
Why was I making sandwiches? I didn't make my own sandwiches.
Who did your mom?
Yeah.
She makes all your sandwiches.
Yeah. Still, she sends them to New York. She FedExes my sandwiches here. Yo, that is you sounded like such a bully there. That's a good bully move. Like, did your fucking mom make your sandwiches, little bitch? Huh? Oh, your mom put the ham and the cheese on the bread with the little sandwich, huh? Fucking pussy.
That's me. Shawnee Donnelly, the bully.
Are you like a high school reunion guy? Did you go to any of your high school reunions?
Yeah.
My grandma went to her high school reunions up until she was like 86.
Really?
Yeah, and they so what they started doing is because there was like, when you get that up in age, there's like 11 people left. So they started having a reunion every year. They had like this little party at this park every year.
That's good.
And she was bringing my grandfather, who recently told me the story, and I may have mentioned this on the podcast, but I didn't tell you where it was. He's at her like high school reunion. My grandfather's 83 years old at the time, and he goes, he said that he's talking to some dude, and the guy is, somehow they get on the conversation, because my father is probably not unlike me. He's on the conversation with two other old dudes in their 80s, and they're talking about jerking off. 80-year-old men talking about jerking off. And my grandfather said the guy was like, oh, I haven't done that in 10 years. My grandfather goes, get the fuck out of here. You haven't done that in 10 years? Are you kidding me? And he said the guy was all shocked, and my grandfather was like, I did it yesterday. And then we're sitting around the living room while he's telling me and my brother this story. And me and my brother are first like, hey, man,
relax.
Why are you telling us this? And then second, we're also like, just pumping them out at 84.
Yeah.
It's
pretty impressive.
Yeah, that means I got fucking 50 more years of loads.
And also, knowing you for a couple of years, it makes a lot of sense. Your family is strong like bull in that respect. They're very sexually based beings.
They're monsters. They're creeps.
I think I'll get to the 80s. I'm not gonna. I don't know if it'd be 10-year break, because I think you're. If I'm not incapacitated, I don't even know. I'm not even gonna make it to 80. What am I talking about?
Yeah, that's true.
It's true, but
me either.
Yeah, but I went to my 20-year. I had 20-year. I don't think they ever had. Recently, would have been like 25 years.
Oh,
That'd
shit.
probably be a 30. I guess I have to be. What's 30? 58? No.
Yeah, you'd be 48.
No, 48. 48. That's 30. 48's 30. Dude, that's 3 more years.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's what's crazy, man.
I'm so old. This is why I'm not working out in show business. I'm too old for show business.
You know why my productivity is so down in life, even though I'm productive right now, is that like now I got the wheels turning in my head, and I'm thinking about my grandfather saying that he jerked off till he was 84, and then I remember my dad, when he was really sick, he said every day he kept having to make sure he could still get hard-ons, because that's what his priority was. not necessarily getting rid of the cancer was like secondary to like, I hope I could still get boners.
Also, I hate to bring it to you, Ray. You know who's not productive? Guy who mentions 4 times in a podcast that he's been productive lately.
I know.
You've already said
I have. Well, no, we're gonna have to delete one of them. I have been productive, man. Fuck, dude, I'm on a 3-day production streak.
Yeah, well, well, you even use like whiteboards and stuff. Like you're
I'm
planning
changing
a
the
heist. Game. What? I love the fact that you use the whiteboard.
I love that that's your only use for a whiteboard. Somebody's buying you're walking through a Michael's and you see a whiteboard and you're like, what are this? People come here for a heist? Is this? Hey, you guys know what this is used for, right? Why are you selling? Wait, yarn and thumbtacks? What is somebody solving a case too?
Why are you gonna catch a serial killer? What are you gonna do? Let me ask you this. I'm starting to realize that I may be a terrible hang, because I'm becoming this guy. I did this over the weekend a little bit. Actually, multiple times. I was in Texas. I'm the guy. I'm like, I keep being the guy who I'm constantly mentioning movie references. But based on people's reactions, I'm like, oh, maybe not everybody's like this. I'm like, you like Don Corleone and The Godfather, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, not everybody knows the encyclopedic knowledge of all these random movies, and then puts it into, it has no like basis in reality where it's like, hey, shit's just happening. But I'm like, oh, you're just like Mr. Pink from Reservoir Dogs. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, the amount of deep cut Seinfeld references that you fucking rattled off on this show that go way over my head, and then I'm too much of a people pleaser to say that I don't.
You don't know what it is.
I'm always like, oh yeah, that episode.
Well, Big Ray.
It's time. I think it's time for the quick jerk.
I think it's. Oh, you want to do quick jerk?
We'll do quick jerk first.
You have the quick jerk.
I have the quick jerk.
Let's do quick jerk first.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah. I am. I think everybody's been loving the quick jerk.
So people don't know what the quick jerk is.
The rapid fire questions.
It is rapid fire questions.
It's breaking the internet.
And you have to answer with the absolute truth. Everything that comes out of your mouth is going to be considered the absolute truth, Sean. And these are questions not to trap you. They're just random questions. They're not to paint you in any light.
Motive.
There's zero ulterior motive. Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
I am ready. Go ahead.
Friends or Frasier?
Friends.
Who's your daddy? Go. Who is it?
John Donnelly.
Okay. Are all Marines heroes?
Yes.
Even the ones that kill children? Sean, go.
Yes, were they annoying children?
Okay. Finish these 3 sentences. I'm so happy I could
fly.
The world is
a shitball.
Sean's least favorite ethnic group is
Eskimos. That's a real group. I shouldn't have said that.
That's wrong.
I thought it's a funny answer, but
wrong answer to all 3 of those. But I'll tell you in a sec. I'll tell you after this.
Wait. These are they have right answers.
They have right answers. If you could fight one child, who would it be?
It'd be the kid from the Cars for Kids commercial, the main singer of the band.
You think you could kick his ass?
I could beat the fuck out of that.
Okay,
kid.
the Bible or the Quran?
The Da Vinci Code.
The Da Vinci Code. Okay. Nipples on butt cheeks. Oh, wait, sorry. Nipples on butt cheeks?
Is that your new band name? Wait, are you asking if I have them?
No, how do you feel about it?
It horrifies.
Scientists are doing it. Okay. 9/11. Did they? Did they do it?
Did who do it?
Did they?
Did who? The government? Or who?
You're saying the government did 9/11?
Kids? What?
You're saying the government did 9/11. Okay.
That's not what I said. I'm asking you.
Who would do better in a zombie apocalypse? You or the actor from Big?
What, do you mean Josh Baskin? Or
No.
Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks would do better in a zombie apocalypse.
Tom Hanks would do better than anything than I would. I think a very driven guy. A talented guy. Just watched a montage of him winning all his Oscars, and I almost came to tears.
Wow. You didn't have to share that.
That was a lot of information.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
And that's the quick jerk, folks. You got a 91.
Nipples on butt cheeks?
Out of 200.
90.
You got all
What is this
3.
thing where you just keep releasing info as we're going?
You got all 3 of the finish these sentences wrong.
What are the correct answers?
I'm so happy I could kill a horse. The world is a vampire. It was a Smashing Pumpkins lyrics.
Smashing Pumpkins.
And Sean's least favorite ethnic group is the Italians.
Oh, that's true. I do not like the Italians.
That's the
and
quick
the
jerk.
Polacks are second.
I will fucking rip the nipples off your butt cheeks. You say something like that again.
Okay. Now we got section number 2, baby.
That's Dude, you like this.
Dude, you like this? Once again, people are clamoring for this thing.
Clamoring. They're fucking with their clams.
And I got a good one. I dug this a lot. Hold on a second.
You dug this a lot?
You vamp while I get this. Here we go.
Blue Jean Baby, L.A. lady, and she's a seamstress for the band. Sean doesn't have service. Okay, yeah.
Here we go. You ready?
Everybody get down! Give me all the money! It's got the buckets! Give me all the money! Get down! Where's the money? Give me the money! Where's the money? Everybody give me everything! Where's the money?
Watch.
That's me if I was a robber. That's me if I was a robber.
How much do you feel for the guy? Have you ever been on the side of the robber before? Wasn't that great? So for the audio, if you just listen to the audio, Brandon Jerks, the video was, and please check out the YouTube. It's all on the YouTube. Look up Brandon Jerks on YouTube. I think it's like a Asian nail salon. I think it's like I think it's maybe a Korean nail salon or something. And this dude walks in to rob it, but he's got like just sunglasses. Just looks like he just came from like the racetrack. He's got like a bag over his hand. I don't think
Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
From Goodfellas.
But he has just a bag over his hand, and he comes in to rob the salon, and it looks like they kind of don't understand him and also don't believe him. They don't even know what he's saying.
They don't take him seriously.
They don't take him seriously, but I think they also don't know what he's saying because he's kind of talking fast.
Yeah.
And it's like, give me money, and then it doesn't work a couple times, and he goes, give me everything.
It's, you know what it is? That's my relationship with my family. Is I am just being loud, obnoxious, doing bits, and they are so callous to it. You think this is those people in that salon's first rodeo?
That's
like,
the
oh,
thing.
that guy's trying to rub. And I also love the fact that he just loses steam.
He literally wanders around the whole place. It's a very tiny place. Goes to the register. That guy doesn't do shit. Goes to the door where this woman's kind of blocking the door, but she's just in the way. Like she's nobody. No, there's no heroes in this. There's nobody thwarting the attempt. And then he kind of just stares, kind of looks around, and he's so dejected and just walks out of the salon.
He's like, being a criminal's hard. You know what? I thought I was up for it. I am not, man.
He goes to his self-help group. He's like, I can't catch a break. I tried this robbery yesterday. I couldn't even rob these people. It was
You know what he
crazy.
should have did?
What?
Should have went to Michael's and bought a whiteboard. Really planned it out a lot better.
Yeah, you got to plan your heist.
he didn't plan that heist at all. Oh,
Isn't that great,
man.
though? I watched that.
Dude, I'm watching it thinking something bad's going to happen. Like somebody's going to like have some vigilante justice.
That's
or he's
usually
gonna,
what happens in those clips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just went, all right. You guys put up a hell of a fight.
Like he was 10 seconds away from going, come on, guys.
Hey, please. Okay.
Please.
He kept going, give me everything.
Yeah.
Give me everything. And everybody was just like,
Come
no.
on, guys. Let me just rob you. Was
that it? That had to be
a
in-
toddler. No.
He got his hands over his ears.
He's on a temper tantrum.
Is that in New York?
I don't know where it is. I would guess L.A. if it's anywhere.
Because New York.
I don't think it's New York.
New York has done that to me. I feel
Where?
like if I was just in a bodega and somebody was robbing it, I'd be like, "Ugh, okay.
You'd be like, you'd wait in front of them like you were still online. Like
Yeah.
just online. It's just somebody online.
The guy would be like, "This is a robbery." I'd be like, yeah, the line starts here. I've been standing here for like 15 minutes. Yeah, no, dude.
You'd be like,
hey, I'm about to pull out a gun if they don't make my fucking turkey wrap quicker.
no cutting.
Yeah. that would be you. He'd jump in front, and you'd be like, hey.
Yeah,
Give me-
yeah.
give me-
That's why I don't say shit anymore.
gimme.
The gimme. Come on. Come on. Give me.
You feel
Give me the
tough?
Yeah.
What's the line? It's a good fella's line. I'll play with movie references.
Well, he goes, you fucking feel strong? Well, Billy Bat says, come on. He goes, I think he calls him a fake tough guy at one point.
Yeah.
Billy Bats. And he goes, you fucking mutt. He calls him a mutt. He goes, keep him here. Keep him. Which is probably, because that's actually a pretty great, really quick as a sidebar
Yeah.
here. That's such a great thing. They all know each other so well. He just tells. It's almost like they don't know what's going to happen. He tells De Niro and Liotta, keep him here. Like and they both know, like, or at least De Niro knows, okay, yeah, come back later and when it's convenient to murder this guy. You're on a date, finish the date, and then come back later.
That would be so weird if it was just that. That's what's so funny about that sequence of the movie is how, like, and that's something that we're talking about, like, no funny moments in a movie. I rewatched Goodfellas. I was laughing hysterically at that whole part.
It's great.
And I was just thinking, like, could you imagine, like, now if you freak out at the bar like that and you're like, keep him here, and you leave, and I just I get a call from my girl, and she's like, when are you going to be home? I was like, I got to hang out at the bar till a lot of people leave. Donnelly's going to kill this maid guy. Yeah, he's coming
Billy
back.
Bats.
Now, honestly, people aren't going to be leaving until pretty late. We want to make sure Billy gets really drunk, and then and Sean's going to come back, so I'll be home a little late.
So we're going to kill him and play a Donovan song on the jukebox while we do it. But, dude, absolutely. It's 100%. It's just an that's why that movie is so fucking good.
What?
I was talking with somebody about the I think it was with you or with maybe with somebody about the funny how thing. When you find out the things behind it, and you find out that the only ones who knew about what he was going to do
Are Liotta.
were Liotta and Pesci.
Yeah.
Because the guys around him are getting quiet, like, for real.
They're having a natural reaction.
They think it's a real thing. But when he goes, after that, one of my favorite things, even more than the funny how, is with the waiter. He goes, what are you doing? You're like impending doom over here. And then he tips over the thing at the waiter.
Yeah.
He goes, And he goes, when the owner of the restaurant comes over and he hits him with the glass, and he goes, yeah. He goes, want to laugh? Last week, this prick asked me to christen his kid, whatever it is, right? The way he fixes the suit and sits down after he says it is like so authentic. I know it's just like probably what he would have done, but I'm saying it's so authentic for the character, for the time, for everything.
I have something to say that it's not that is a little bit sensitive. I'm going to get vulnerable with you for a second.
Go for it.
About movies.
I told you about my Tom Hanks cry.
I know, which, man, you got to keep that to your fucking self. This Tom Hanks thing that you have, because we all know he's
a national treasure. Okay?
He's fucking the second best Hanks next to Chet. We've already done the rank the Hanks on this podcast.
Let's talk about that. I have a thing I saw about Chet Hanks.
Really?
With Eric Andre. Did you see that?
No.
But tell me your thing first.
I was just gonna say is like the thing that I love about movies so much is when I rewatch something that I haven't watched in a long time. The meaning of it changes for me sometimes. Like my relationship to the movie changes sometimes. That's how much I fucking love movies.
Yeah.
Like things that happen in your life and then you watch the movie and it changes how you feel about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had that with Royal Tenenbaums.
At first you weren't a huge fan?
No, I love the movie.
Oh, and then you...
But I loved it in a different way. Like, I loved it at first because it's this quirky movie. It's funny. It's all these good characters. It's this weird relationship. And then rewatching it, you know, after some major life events have happened to me.
Maybe a dad died,
is that, like, it's kind of parallel to my own relationship with my dad.
Yeah,
it is kind of like
harder, yeah.
It's kind of like Gene Hackman has this like not total redemption,
but as much as that guy's gonna do.
Yeah,
and that's what your dad did.
Yeah.
And are you getting upset now?
No. I'm not getting upset, but it hits me harder.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it's like, man, that's crazy that like
I know what moment it is too.
Not everybody is.
I know what moment it is.
What is it?
It's been really hard, Dad. And he says, I know, Chazzy. That fucks me up. And I don't even have a parallel story, but it's a dad
That's
thing.
what I'm saying, but it's such a thing. We gotta stop. What'd you see on Eric Andre? I can't. I know, man.
It's okay, buddy. Oh, I know. It's brutal.
It's really weird.
That's how good of an actor Gene Hackman is, too. It's like you can play that like semi-prick, funny prick the entire time and then have that one line can just bring somebody down to their knees. Like that. That's a dead thing for me as well because I saw it. He was freshly dead when I saw it.
Yeah.
It was 2001. I think it came out.
That's when it came out.
Yeah, my dad died 2000, March 2000. I think it came out 2001. Or I watched that movie a million times. So
that scene is one of the most honestly acted scenes I've ever seen.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And also Ben Stiller's good in it.
Yeah, he's great in it.
Everybody's good in it. It's my favorite Wes Anderson.
It's top Wes Anderson.
It's that one. Yeah, I know what you're saying, and it's just the same thing with like the Field of Dreams. I don't know how many times I even played catch with my dad, but for some reason, that line will still get you.
Even before my dad croaked,
yeah,
I fucking cried like anytime I watch that. I'm fucked up for like 20 minutes after.
It's fucked. It's so good.
That's why I love movies so much, and that's why it sickens me.
Yeah.
The state that movies are.
Well, you know what? Yeah, and it sucks. I would love movies to be on top. I want movie stars to be a thing. I want things to be back. I don't know if that'll happen. I think people will still be movie stars to people, and people be like, and then people appreciate them for acting. But as far as like the like larger than life movie star thing is probably gone. But I don't want it to be. But the one thing, kind of like the
well, The Last of the Mohicans got a movie coming out that we might have to see very soon.
What do you mean?
The Last Movie Star.
The
last living movie star.
Who
Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
Death Reckoning's coming out too.
Yeah, he's the only one. He's the one that's the only one left as far as like a.
Came out yesterday.
Goes. But like even Clooney and those guys are, but Clooney did a show. I think did Clooney ever do a TV show?
He was in The Facts of Life very early in his career.
No, I mean like after, like a prestige one. Like I don't think you're gonna.
No.
I don't think you're not gonna see Cruise. It doesn't matter. He's like the only thing that matters to Tom Cruise is movies. You ever hear him talk about movies?
No, is he pretty passionate?
He watches. He goes. somebody in an interview was like, "Oh, have you seen this?" And he goes, "No, I'm watching it this week." And they go, "You're gonna watch it?" And he goes, "I watch 2 movies a day." That's what he said. So even if he's doing that 3 days out of the week, 2 movies, he's watching 6 movies a week. That's a lot of movies. A lot of time watching movies. He's just a fan of.
Dude, I love Tom Cruise.
So do I. He's an alien from another planet, but the other thing I wanted to tell you was real quick the reverse of that, where it's something. Actually, it was something happens. It was kind of what we're talking about, the dad thing. I was in love with this girl back 2002 was when Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind came out, and I saw that, and I had just broken up with this girl I was in love with, and that fucked me up. And that's all I think about when I watch that movie is that time period of my life.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's so great about movies. That's what's so great about that art form. But I'm saying sometimes it sticks with you, something like that. It brings you back to the place when you first saw it, or like what you think it is. And then sometimes like I'll watch a movie and like I'll be like, oh, that movie was definitely about this. And then I'll read what the director or the writer's intention was.
Yeah.
And it's totally different. I'm like, nah, still about what I think it
want.
is. Yeah.
That's kind of the point of art. And that's kind of the point. Like, you kind of can take your own perception out of it. And now, for me, on a more general scale, now when I go through like Max, HBO Max, whatever you want to call it, and they have like now Turner Classic Movies
I saw.
are like movies from like when we were kids, when I was a kid mostly.
Fucking Michael Clayton's on there.
That's insane. But the ones that are way back, I get like really nostalgic. That now I've like that moves me. Like I watch even with the ones that are like not like a Weekend at Bernie's, but like something like that where it's like a better version of that makes me go, oh, you it starts to realize your age, and it makes you think differently about your life because of how much I love movies and because of how those movies are perceived now is like when somebody's like, have you heard the Counting Crows, the oldies band, the Counting Crows, like stuff like that,
Yeah.
where you're like, and not in a jokey way, in like there's a life change way, and it's a little bit more serious, not to be a bummer, but it's a little bit more serious.
Yeah, but even more movies have become my escape. Like even more so now in a world where we're like, and it's funny that in a world, they were brothers separated at birth. But like, no, the thing with movies now is like I use the big screen as my escape from the fucking little screen that's in our hand all day.
Yeah.
It's like when I go to the movie theater, I put my phone on airplane mode. And there's certain movies that like I always have the TV on when I'm at home, which is probably really bad for me. But I will like when me and Natalie watch Goodfellas, my phone was on fucking airplane mode, across the room, face down. I'm watching the movie.
Yeah.
And I think we need to do shit like that more.
Absolutely. And I think there's a change happening. People are getting away from their phones. I think that a lot of people are realizing now that this Threads thing is happening. I think people are realizing like the way with TikTok happened was like, oh, it's a young person's thing that older people got into. Now everybody on the planet's on it, right?
Yeah.
With Threads, because it was so easy to join.
Are you on Threads?
You could hear a collective. You could hear a collective like, I guess I gotta do this, especially people in comedy. But I think anybody with Instagram is probably like, I guess I'll just do this because it's that easy. And it just downloads for you, and it goes back and forth to the thing. It's like there's no individualness with these apps anymore. They're all just intertwined. So, and I think the race for Zuckerberg is like, I'm going to corner all your social media experience to keep myself relevant. Because I did a podcast yesterday with they had like a Comedy Cellar one, and this guy runs it. This guy had town brought up a good point. He's like, oh, Facebook was on its way. It was a dinosaur. It was what your parents were on to give updates about vacation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then when they bought Instagram, it just could not have helped them more.
Oh, I know.
So now with Threads, and then he brought up a great point about Threads. We're not going to get political, but it's perfect timing. A little bit before the election, they already have 100 million people on Threads.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. So
I'm not on there.
What?
I'm not on there yet. I gotta grab it.
It's a matter of just pushing the thing on Instagram. It's like it feels like you just made it annoying. You know what's kind of annoying?
I'm gonna do it Thursday.
It puts your link on your Instagram after you do it,
and it's like a number.
It looks like a prisoner number. It looks like it puts it beneath your picture on the thing. It's kind of
like you're in fucking Auschwitz.
Exactly. I was gonna say that, but I thought it'd be too insensitive.
No, I said it. That's how we do it here, Sean.
That's how we do it.
I'm the bag man. So
Well, we have one more section, I think.
one more section, and we touched on it last week. It is the Brand New Jerks official Dunzo list, where me and Sean name things that we're done with. Last week we put voting, and what did you have on your Dunzo list last week?
I forget what I had. Do you remember?
I remember mine was voting because I got
yours
a
was
lot
voting,
of shit for that.
Which I did not expect. Oh, I have one for this week, and I'm not going to even make it. This is just a fact. People make this thing political, and it's not. And it's a very tiny problem, but I can put it on something as tiny as the Dunzo list because it's a comedy podcast.
Because I got a big problem.
Okay, I'm going to do my little one first.
Okay.
I don't care where you stand. I stop pretending that you're okay with this. I don't care where you stand on this thing. Paper straws. Paper straws. And the minute you say the word paper straws and you don't like them.
You were going to say something about like gay rights.
No. This is a tiny problem. That'd be funny. This is a tiny problem. Abortions. I'm done with abortions. This pesky civil rights thing. Can we just be done with it? No, what I'm saying is it really is a tiny problem. But I'll be honest, like it actually is a good deterrent. If you don't want to drink soda, go to a place that has put a paper straw in any drink that you don't want to drink and try to drink it out of it, and it'll turn you off to that drink. Because I went to this isn't going to help. It was kind of a little bit of dichotomy.
You spent a fucking weekend in Texas.
I was in Texas.
And you're like, dude, they got to do something about these fucking paper straws. And now that you mention it, did you hear that trans women are playing sports with natural born women?
But I'll tell you where I got the plastic straw. You'll be shocked about this.
Mighty Oak.
Chick-fil-A.
Whoa.
It was in the airport.
Love
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
I do love
You
Chick-fil-A.
go out of your way to go there.
I don't go out of my way to go there.
You do.
If there's one, I will eat at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, no, you love Chick-fil-A.
But here's the thing. They had paper straws, and I was like, there's no point to even have. Now you're just wasting paper. Like you don't even have to do whatever the facilities are, or the fundamentals, or the mechanics to get those paper straws made. You shouldn't even do it because if you're a person that says you don't mind paper straws, you're lying.
You're a liar.
Or you're a contrarian who's trying to something political or whatever you're trying to do. And in your head, you're going to tell people you don't mind it to seem, I don't know, like you're better than me. You're not better than me.
Also, it's I agree because I'm adding that to my Dunzo list as well, paper straws, because it feels like the smallest, most hollow gesture. It's like, hey, we got to do something about global warming. We got to do something to save the environment. You know what we'll do? You know those tiny fucking tubes of plastic that we drink out of? Let's make them paper.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
There's
a trillion other things that you can do for, to protect the environment, and that's where we're starting. Also, have you seen these maniacs that have metal straws?
Yes.
They're disgusting.
Yeah. Also,
tastes like you're blowing a robot.
What are you giving me, another umbrella? I'm going to lose it in 20 minutes. I'm going to have my back pocket. I'm going to have a metal straw all day. Get the fuck out of here.
And it's in your back pocket. It's a butt straw.
You want to help the environment? Let's get rid of receipts.
Done with receipts.
Can we get rid of? I know every comic has a joke about going to a CVS and getting a Bible for a receipt, like a long, basically a scroll for a receipt. But I mean, just in general, I went to and got stuff from like the newsstand at like the airport, and they were like, "You want your receipt?" I'm like, I was like, "Sure." And it was two small ones and one big one. I'm like, "What is this?
Why?
Why? What are you doing? Are you tracking me? What are you doing?"
It's the fucking IRS, dude, and the government. It's all the government.
It's also a thing where it's like...
Well, you were saying earlier during the quick jerk about how the government did 9/11, and then now
you
did, and then now we're saying that it's the government that wants this paper trail. Very anti-government podcast.
we are subversive. All right, let's hear your big one. What's your big one? Your big Dunzo list item.
It is a big thing.
Okay.
And I know you're not going to think it is, but I think you're going to be surprised. I think I'm done with Dunkin' Donuts.
I gotta be honest. That's a biggie because there's so many of them, and they're so.
I think I'm done. If it's not Dunkin' Donuts as a whole, I'm definitely done with their fucking coffee.
Their coffee's not good, but I'll tell you this much: their coffee's better than Starbucks coffee. I drink black coffee. That's the only thing.
I drink black coffee too. Sometimes I'll add a splash of almond milk from Horny. But the thing about Dunkin' Donuts is I stopped there yesterday. And by the time this podcast comes out, it'll be 4 days ago. So I'll probably be even more angered because time doesn't heal the wound. It festers the wound for me. So I meet my girlfriend because we're going to go to the movies, and she's at work. I get there 10 minutes early. I said, hey, do you want a coffee? She said, yeah. Just get me a small iced coffee. I go get 2 small iced coffees. Guess how much it cost?
How much?
$8.50.
At Dunkin' Donuts.
At Dunkin' fucking Donuts.
This is in New York.
And it doesn't matter where it is.
Yes,
Sean.
it does. It would change.
$8.50. But here's what pisses me off is if you look at the marquee, I don't know what it's called, that has all the prices and the
price
calories.
board, whatever. I don't even know what it's called.
So you don't even know what it's called. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They should see. That's another problem with Dunkin' Donuts. They don't tell you what the fucking thing at the top is called.
Marquee's outside of it.
On the marquee. The marquee. One day I'm gonna be on the marquee at Dunkin' Donuts.
Appearing tonight, glazed. Next week, chocolate sprinkles.
Oh man, I just got real lightheaded.
Come see Bear Claw.
But a small hot coffee, $2.56. A small iced coffee, $3.68.
Small iced coffee, small hot coffee.
Iced coffee.
They're charging $1 for the ice?
It's $1 more for the ice. Do you know what that ice does? It eliminates room for coffee.
Yeah, but you know why I think they do it? Because the people that are going to pay for iced coffees, I guarantee they know they're going to pay the extra $1. Because I think it's like a different scene for those
It's
people.
bullshit.
This is just a straight up coffee with iced coffee with,
I just got a coffee, iced coffee.
But if
black.
you get black coffee to black coffee, they're better than Starbucks.
It doesn't matter that it's better. It's that they're charging that much more for iced coffee. And then another issue is that did you ever get you like a black coffee, so you don't deal with this. But I used to get cream in my coffee. If you order a cream in a Dunkin' Donuts coffee, their baseline on a small is to put 4 creams in a small. 4 fucking creams.
4 creams. How many do you want?
You want 1 cream, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe half a cream for a small.
Why are they doing that?
You're drinking fucking half. You're just drinking half and half in a cup with a splash of coffee in it.
So let me ask you this: Is the Dunzo? Does it also pertain to the donuts?
I think so.
Well, here
I think so. I don't need another fucking donut. I'm a fat slob. And if I'm going to have a donut, I'm going to have a good donut that has some craftsmanship in it and not one of Dunkin' Donuts who, when you go there, now, they used to, their donuts have fell off.
They have.
Because
I do that now. The same mindset you have, I do that with pizza, donuts, and bagels now. If I'm going to get it, it has to be like, pizza, I fucked up this
pizza,
weekend. It's hard not to have. I had like microwavable pizza basically.
I like that though. I like having that.
It'll make you have less of it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it because it's like, especially with treats, ice cream as well. So you do like a Van Leeuwen, or you do like going and getting I don't go and get like the Ben & Jerry's pints anymore that have been sitting there for 2 weeks, 3-4 weeks in the bodega.
Oh, and the freezer burn.
Yeah, it's just not, and you get it, and it's a whole. You just let it sit out for 10 minutes. When it comes to donuts, what I've noticed they do with Dunkin' Donuts in the city, you walk in, you have to get there. They have the same donuts from 6 a.m. When they're like, we're making the donuts. It's like nobody's. When they're done, they're done. I think they just they make, or they have them delivered. A lot of the places have them delivered.
So what's your go-to at Dunkin' Donuts? What's your go-to donut if you're getting one donut?
I get chocolate frosted with sprinkles. But here's the thing. or I'll get a glaze.
Because I'm going to freak out.
Well, here's the thing. It's funny. I go, there's a comic. I don't know if you know Mike Gaffney. You know Mike Gaffney?
I know the name.
Really funny comic. Buddies, I haven't seen him in a while, but we're buddies. And we did a road show once, and we stopped at Dunkin' Donuts. And I asked for a chocolate frosted with sprinkles, and then I walked away and I opened it up, and it was just without sprinkles. And I went back and I go, I asked for the one with sprinkles,
dude.
And he was like, "Are you a toddler? Like, are you
a
literal child?" And I was like, I don't know. I want the sprinkles.
Dude, it happened to me. That same exact thing happened to me 2 weeks ago when I was in Jersey. I stopped at a Dunkin' Donuts because I got to the gig super early. I grabbed one of their dog shit fucking overpriced iced coffees, and I grabbed I said, can I do a strawberry frosted? And I pointed to the top, and it looked as though they were all strawberry frosted. Sprinkles should be the baseline because that's my favorite donut. strawberry frosted.
I like chocolate frosting.
And they give me just they give me it without sprinkles. But I didn't have the I didn't go up
the
and ask for it.
chutzpah.
The chutzpah. But you could tell how bad it's getting is because the pink icing isn't as prominent anymore. It almost looks see-through on top of this donut. It's it's like transparent.
Yeah, they're not. It's not good. Dunkin' Donuts.
So
Nobody goes nuts about Dunkin' Donuts. People are also now like, I've never understood people getting breakfast there, like breakfast sandwiches.
Nope. I've gotten it. It's gross. It's all just microwave ass fucking shit.
Why would you spend any amount of money on that?
So Dunkin' Donuts, I'm done with you.
That was a good one.
That's it.
Well, this has been
fun. This has been eye-opening.
It has been. We took a roller coaster ride.
It's really been a...
You almost cried. You
I didn't almost
got red in the
cry,
eyes.
dude.
You did the thing where I've been there. I'm not judging.
I didn't almost cry. I already fucking cried today, so I'm good. I get it out the beginning of every morning. I cry, I scream, and I fight. I wake up at 7 in the morning and I find somebody in the streets to fight. I told you this. That's how I get my exercise.
You didn't say you actually did it. You just said that you'd like to do it.
Well, lots changed.
Can we tell the people where they can find brand new jerky jerks?
Yeah, you could find brand new jerks. New episodes every Thursday. That's full video episodes on our YouTube channel. That's going to be all of the clips, all of the segments on that YouTube, all of the shorts. And you can also find us audio. That's Spotify, Apple Pods. Leave us ratings and reviews on there. We would greatly appreciate that. And then you can also find me personally on Instagram at Zawodni. That's where I'll be posting the shorts as well, collabing with Shawnee over here. And then also, stand-up clips, other shit, my stand-up dates. August 19th, I'll be at the Attic Comedy Club in Columbus, Ohio. So I'd love it if you're a Columbus resident or you know somebody in that area, tell them to fucking come to my show. Sean?
Yeah, I'm at Shawnee Time on Instagram, and you can check me out next week or the end of the month. But let me see where it is. I'm going to be in Minneapolis at the House of Comedy at the end of July. It's July 27th to the 30th, and the week after that, I'll be in Batavia, Illinois at the Comedy Vault, which is a fantastic club right outside of Chicago. And I'm going to hang out with my very funny friend Nick Cobb because he just moved there. So I'm so excited. We
would be remiss if we didn't mention us two motherfuckers are going to be at Soul Joel's on July 22nd.
Yes, on July 22nd, you can catch, if you're a fan of the podcast, come to Soul Joel's in Pennsylvania, souljoelscomedy.com. And check me, Ray, and a very funny comedian, Lena Seibel, is going to join us. So, yeah, come to that show. And then, we'll buy you a drink if you say...
Yeah, if you come to the show and you say you're a Brand New Jerks fan, we'll get you a drink and I'll kiss you on the face.
Ooh, you might cry afterwards.
How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that with the fucking... Let's get out of here.
Thanks, guys. Here's the awkward handshake. Whee!